MLM Amit, today we are going to deal with underground conditions in the project site and how the same is dealt within the conditions of contract. Introduction. Underground soil and other conditions are generally considered as a risk area with wider implication for the final contract price and the time for completion. It is very difficult to assess what is underneath the ground. A soil investigation report is generally given with the tender documentation. It is often not 100% correct and usually given with lot of qualifications. There can be possibilities of abandoned underground drainage or other structures underneath. The construction site may have been a dumping yard previously and hence requires substantial soil improvements during the construction stage. It is difficult to correctly estimate the cost of time and the amount, cost and the time of such activities. This is a problematic area in the construction industry resulting in many disputes. A situation which made the FIDIC to deviate from the established position regarding the sharing of risk and produce a silver book for design and build projects where all the risks pertaining to underground conditions were totally transferred to the contractor. There can be possibilities for fraud schemes. A contingency sum is usually allowed in the contract to cover such unforeseen works. Underground conditions in remeasure contracts. This risk is virtually eliminated in remeasure contracts by providing realistic approximate quantities of work for the substructure at the tender, which are subject to remeasure upon completion. And since the substructure is done very early in the project, this part can be finalized at the earlier stage. Underground conditions in lump sum contracts. This is a high risk area in lump sum contracts, as it is difficult to comprehend the actual underground conditions with the provided data during the tender stage. This is very high risk in multi-story building, bridges, etc. with heavy foundations. A soil investigation report is generally given as a part of the tender documentation. The given soil investigation usually contains so many qualifications that making a claim is virtually impossible other than referring same to the dispute resolution mechanism. When the soil condition found actually a site were different from what was given as the tender. There is a financial aspect here, as the design depends on the type of soil and sometimes the project estimated to be with a reasonable profit can end up in heavy loss. It is interesting to note that a time delay study in Hong Kong projects by Kumarasamy and Chan in 1998 found that unforeseen ground conditions was one of the most important causes for time delays. There are no international standards other than the opinion of the Dispute Resolution Board when the claim is presented to them. There is a necessity to mitigate this risk in order to have a good working relationship and for the contractor to give competitive price of the works. The following standard is suggested in fairness to both the client and the contractor. If it could be provided that the financial loss or gain owing to the type of soil, what was given as the tender and what was actually found at site during implementation of the project is more than 25%, then an adjustment to be made in the financial contract price based on the following assumptions. If the employer's intention to pass these risks entirely to the contractor, then he should have followed the conditions of contract similar to FIDIC Silver Book. It is impossible to do and check the given soil data during the tender period, and in certain projects the contractor is allowed to do any work at site only after the letter of award. Contractor has to bill for the intent and purpose and not as per the given data at the tender stage. The contractor is not a party for the given soil data and hence cannot be penalized for the errors. It should be noted that similar to additions to the contract price, even the contractor suffers, there should be deduction from the contract price in the event of the employer suffers. Underground condition in design and build projects. Underground conditions is definitely a problematic area in design and build contract. The risk is always there and the actual cost of the same cannot be estimated correctly with the given data. There are several disputes involving time and cost overruns owing to the underground condition. FIDIC has finally deviated from the original position regarding the sharing of the risk. They have produced a condition of contract for design and build projects known as the Silverwork, where the entire risk pertaining to underground conditions are transferred to the contractor. This created a situation where the contractor's price for these risks, whether it is available or not, and the possibilities for higher tender prices. The explanation given by FIDIC is they are reacting to market situation where there are clients who want certainty of cost and time for which they are prepared to pay a premium. Possibilities of frauds in underground conditions. There are a lot of possibilities for frauds. First, the actual quantum of work can only be seen after excavation. And secondly, all these works shall be covered after completion, thus creating opportunity for fraud schemes. Contingency sums are already there in contracts and there is no certainty. There is no necessity to seek additional funds. The fraud schemes can be as follows. Inflate the quantities of work both available and done. There is a possibility that suitable rates may not be available in tender and hence create very high rates for new works. Charge work under day work instead of rates given in the contract. Work not done but claimed to have done. Role of the technical auditor. The technical auditor has to check all the works done very carefully. Firstly, the quantum of work and then the pricing pattern and other possible fraud schemes. All records to be signed and dated by responsible officers. There is also a possibility that these items of work can be priced high as part of front loading in the tender, as these works are carried out much early in the project. Such cases, if there are any, to be noted in the final auditor's report of the